I was thinking I should probably start buying things for the jaw surgery recovery, and I think I've started to figure out a little bit. And when truly I think what I request is valid. You know, it's getting kind of cold in the UK, and I never thought of it, but I'm actually really happy that my surgery is happening in autumn because it won't be like too hot to recover with all the sweating and everything. Air will be more fresh. You won't feel like you're missing out on anything with like super hot weather and people going to the beach or anything. Not like I went to the beach when it was hot, but you get the idea. You know, when it's cold and stuff, you just want to be somewhere cozy, you just want to hibernate, and that's exactly what I'll be doing. So I'm glad that it's happening at the end of September. So I just used up that £50 Amazon voucher that I got from the breakfast chocolate thing that I told you about. I've got some leggings and trousers. I was thinking I should probably start buying things for the jaw surgery recovery, jaw bras, syringes, all that stuff. And I was like, I actually need to wait a little bit because apparently the company I work for did really well and they reached the yearly target by September. So as a thank you, they'll be giving out £50 Amazon vouchers. So this actually works perfectly because I'll just use that to buy all the stuff I need for recovery, so I don't need to pay for it out of pocket. Got lucky there, you guys. It's getting very close to my surgery and I think I've started to freak out a little bit. Today is one of those days that I really want to have a smoke, and some of you may know that at the beginning of this whole thing I was like, oh my god, I need to give up vaping, give up smoking, give up my nicotine addiction that I had for 10 years, and this is something that I never thought I would be able to do, and this was so difficult. For all of you guys who are smoking, you can probably imagine how difficult it is to give up this addiction, and it was awful. I was like, look, if I am going with this jaw surgery, I would just have to give up. There's no option for me, because I remember this one time I had one of my teeth pulled out and I was probably smoking at the time, wasn't even vaping, and it was just such a horrible healing process, and I was so stressed and in so much pain that I was like, oh my god, I need to smoke. And I smoked and I got a dry socket and it was awful. It was so bad. I literally spent a whole week in bed with like super high temperature, and I had that before, you know, that I literally couldn't function at all. And I was like, okay, this time around I'm going to have my wisdom tooth pulled, I'm going to have a jaw surgery. There won't be anywhere of me smoking and doing this process. So I was like, okay, I need to pull my shit together and give up smoking. Well, for the last 3 years I was vaping, so I had to give up vaping, and I did it. It is crazy, you guys. I fucking did it, and the way I did it, it was quite funny. When you vape, you can choose the strength level of the liquid that you're getting. I would always go for 10 milligrams of nicotine per whatever, and it's quite strong. So what I decided to do, I tried going down in that strength before, like from 10 to 3 or from 10 to 6, from 6 to 3, but it was just really difficult because you could always feel that you're not, when you're vaping, that you're not getting the strength that you need. I think at some point I managed to go down to 6 or something, and then what happened is I was like, okay, so now's the time to go down from 6 to 3 or from 3 to 0 or something. Okay, so I went to the shop, to the vape shop, and I asked the guy to mix my liquid to like a lower dosage, and he does it, and I go home and start vaping, and the difference between what I had before and what I had at the time was so dramatic. I was like, oh my god, is this for real? I'm not gonna fucking function with this like low level of nicotine. But I persevered. It was the most difficult fucking 2 weeks of my life. I'm joking, but it was very difficult. I was extremely stressed. It was proper fucked up. And turns out that the guy didn't fucking mix any nicotine at all in my liquid. It was like a lucky coincidence for me because that's where I managed to give up. And I remember what helped me afterwards with like cravings and stuff. I used to get cravings for like a month afterwards. I would chew a certain chewing gum, not all chewing gums, like I would chew like the extremely sweet chewing gum for like a month constantly with coffee and stuff. It was like fucked up. I don't know, I just needed that, and it helped me a lot. And that's it. I managed to give up smoking, and it's been 10 months since I ended this nicotine addiction, and I believe this is one of the biggest achievements in my life, you guys. It's crazy. It does that, but sometimes I do feel the need to, like, I remember the feeling that I had when I would take first toke and stuff, and it feels so good. I just remember how good it felt, you know, and like right now I want it a lot, and there's no fucking way I'm gonna go back to that, because I remember how much I hated the fact that I was addicted to it, and I remember how hard it was to get over that addiction. So I would never go back to smoking, not in my fucking lifetime. I recently got like a new t-shirt. It cost me £2, but it's just such a good t-shirt. I just love it. It just sits perfectly, and everything is just amazing about it. It's just really stupid. It has a fucking unicorn in it. It says, "I don't need to read my future to know." That'll be awesome. Anyway, it just became one of my top t-shirt choices to go for, and I fucking washed it with some weird cheap stuff, and it got discolored to the pink, weird pink color. I was so frustrated, like, fuck, it's one of my best t-shirts. I have vanish oxy-action, so I could have done that, but I got this new thing I'm gonna show you. I'll try that. If that doesn't work, vanish should work, I think. I don't know, I'll try. The moment of truth. Still pink. If vanish oxy-action doesn't work, I literally just don't know what to do at this stage. So this one says color safe. This may not be the one that... If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, this is basically the second batch of me sulking this t-shirt in hot, boiling hot water with an excessive amount of vanish oxy-action. The first batch did do something because the water turned pink a little bit. However, the t-shirt did not get to its original color, yellowish white. This is what you guys do when you have your surgery less than 10 days away. It's midnight. I also wanted to say that I think I started to feel really weird about this surgery. I think I'm starting to like freak out a little bit. We didn't get those Amazon vouchers at work yet, and we're supposed to get them this week and stuff, so I'm waiting patiently before I start ordering things. But I guess I can just try and find some stuff online and add them to my basket or wish list or whatever. One of the last concerns for me at the moment, I remember one of the vloggers said that it's very important to kind of grieve your old face, which is current face at the moment, but it will be old very soon, so it's important to grieve it. And it makes sense to me. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to celebrate my face instead as what it is now, and you know, let's have fun with it, and then whatever happens post-op, I'll just have to deal with that. I'm scared that I won't like it. All these like weird thoughts are starting to come in and occupy my brain, and I'm just trying to distract myself with random stuff. I think that I will end up having a double jaw surgery as opposed to an upper jaw surgery, and the reason why I think that is, when my surgeon said that I may need an upper, he didn't see my CT scan or like x-rays or anything. He just looked at me as like I am, like that. So he didn't actually see the potential skeletal structure that I have. If you look at me this way, everything feels like symmetric and fine. It's just a very easy thing to say that I may need an upper alone. The thing is, I kind of think that the CT scan that I did recently would show that there's a little bit more happening with my skeletal structure. And the reason why I'm saying it is because when I look closely to the pictures of my face, it's just a little bit weird. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'll just insert a picture. The way the bottom part of my face is, it's like the way it is on this side is like different from the way it is on this. I don't know, this doesn't make any justice. So for that reason, I think there may be a double jaw surgery. And also I've noticed that when people do just upper jaw surgeries or just lower jaw surgeries, I've noticed that they just end up looking like more things could have been done to them to finish the look and make it perfect. So there's been a couple of cases, recent cases, who had only lower or upper, and I was like, you know what, I think aesthetically speaking, double jaw surgery would be perfect, because with just one jaw surgery you're compromising something always, in my opinion. Obviously you end up looking better and everything's better, functionality and all of that stuff. Aesthetic wise, there would always be a compromise, and in my opinion I would mind compromising it. So I'd rather suffer through the hell of a double jaw surgery to end up looking perfect. You know, I don't want to regret anything, that's all I'm saying. I don't want to look back and think, look man, I've been through all of that just to end up thinking, hey, that's 1 millimeter at the bottom jaw could have been fixed, and because it wasn't, you know, I ended up having the result that I'm not entirely happy with. But maybe I'm just being a fucking douchebag, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Also taking into account the fact that my case is like minor, maybe it will be okay for me, you know. It's with people whose underbite or overbite is like super fucked. One jaw surgery doesn't do a perfect job, so maybe that's that. Maybe we'll be alright. But like I said, I'm still waiting for the fucking surgical planning to happen. I'm 1 week away from my surgery.